business, Miss Georgiana?
We do appreciate your kindness in visiting us. I don't think Father ever had a more true friend than you, Mr. Lowe. After Mother's death, Father found great comfort in you.
Oh, Susan. He wept like a child over that woman. The only tears I ever saw him shed.
And now you give the same kindness to his children. What you have done for our family will not be forgotten.
Well, don't forget that I find great comfort in all of you, Miss Georgiana. Your father's death will not be the end of the Highett line.
Yes, the torch must go on and all that. We keep Father's works alive.
I assume that you've taken over the estate and your father's business, Thomas. You have a good mind for it.
But I make an effort.
Thomas has surprised us all, really.
And how do you fare, Miss Catherine?
Oh, it has been hard, but I'm slowly easing myself back into society.
Not even Catherine has been able to stomach such things at a time like this. Why, it was the first instance I'd ever seen her miss a dance. That was more earth-shattering than a parliament had suddenly been invaded by the French.
And of course you're back to your sharp tongue.
Well, it was nice for a while during our mourning process, Mr. Lowe. These two are finally learning to be civil to each other.
Well, at least you've all survived with your humors intact.
Ah, yes, the wit of intelligent company heals all wounds. Isn't that right, Georgiana?
I wouldn't know, Catherine. You haven't said an intelligent thing for years.
Looks like things are back to status quo. All is well.
Not all is well yet, Mr. Lowe. We've still much to pass through until our mourning is done.
Your father was so proud of what you were becoming, telling me all sorts of stories, always bragging and bullying about his daughter. You've made quite the name for yourself.
Who told you that?
Charles Dickens.
What does Charlie know?
He says you're one of the most promising minds in England.
Well, I don't see why he should say such. Absolutely tear apart his work.
Well, I'm sure that he finds it rather refreshing.
I'm not surprised he would over-exaggerate my reputation. It's a tendency of writers.
The president of the Edenbridge Debating Society, on the Council for Philosophical Association, a political advocate. You occupy a prominent position, especially for a woman.
Oh, for a woman! You might as well put me in a zoo of rare species, along with the unicorns and phoenixes. Right now I'm a spectacle, a curiosity, nothing more.
I have something here for you, my dear.
For me?
Oh, what is it?
Open it, dear.
Why, Mr. Lowe, you didn't have to bring anything. Oh, let's see. I'm in utter suspense, Mr. Lowe. Oh. Why, it's magnificent.
Your father gave it to me.
Truly.
He said, keep it sharp, Harold. Keep it sharp.
Oh, Mr. Lowe, you do him so well.
He said, cut off all those that oppose you with a keen, dangerous wit. Dissect their logic, dig out their arguments, slice through their defenses. I thought it most important to give this gift to you now. You are truly your father's daughter.
Oh, but what does that make me?
Your father's other daughter.
Fear not, Catherine. I haven't forgotten you. I brought you and Thomas your favorite.
Sweets! I always remember the sweets. Thomas?
Thomas.
Mine sweet.
What's that?
Oh, but especially with your father's passing, I thought it most important to give this gift to you now.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Lowe. I will stay true to the gift.
You will do great things. There will be those who try to stop you. Just remember, you are a stronger force and a keener mind.
A Highett.
A Highett. But I ought to be leaving if I'm to make it back to London in time.
Thomas! Catherine! I can't thank you enough, Mr. Lowe. You've been very thoughtful.
You're very welcome, my dear.
Oh, goodbye, Mr. Lowe.
Goodbye.
Farewell to you all for now.
So why did you get the dagger?
Well, obviously, Mr. Lowe thinks the symbolism applies to me. You're not sharp enough to cut bread.
But it's a friendly early.
Oh, stop it, you two. Here. May I see it, Georgiana? Oh, my, it's a rather frightening looking thing, isn't it?
It's noble.
Tally-ho!
Take care with it, you silly boy.
Nice, this is nice. Oh, just think of it. Thomas the...
Thomas!
Thomas the Conqueror! Does the dagger match my shoes?
I do think it's time to give it back, young Master
You
Thomas.
seem to forget that I'm the eldest here.
The eldest, perhaps, but who's the wisest?
You know, I always thought I could be a military man. Oh, just think of me in a war outfit with brass buttons, lots of brass buttons, and those other shiny things they put on you.
Medals?
And those dainty yellow things at the shoulders, and a sword, a sharp sword to match the dagger, and a plume of feathers on my hat, all along here, like this, like the Romans used to wear on their heads.
Oh, we could probably get you a leather skirt.
Oh, and shiny boots, and white gloves, and Miss Jane Fields would be the perfect woman to stand by such a noble-looking man.
You can't be serious.
Well, I must say the gloves would be a necessity.
No, not the gloves. Jane Fields.
Oh, why not? She's a lovely woman.
That's how you know. She's as nice as a parrot. That's how obvious it was 3 years ago she was a factory girl. That's vulgar.
It is not. Miss Fields is a sweet girl. She calls me Teddy. And money's a definite attraction. You can't deny that. Her father worked hard in that factory, and he worked smart.
Smart. That's okay.
Are you so obsessed with the Animal Kingdom?
Such class jumping ought to be guarded against.
Oh, don't make me think of Mr. Fields' personal manners. He's a mechanical and economic genius. He's made himself indispensable there.
Are you being serious?
Well, what about me is not serious? Am I painted up like some jester with bells in a cap? What about me does not appear serious? Let's get back to our card game.
Oh, yes, I was winning.
Miss Georgiana, there's a gentleman here for you. Should I bring him in?
Did you need his name?
Darryl Fredericks, now.
A publisher? What do you want with you, Georgiana?
Oh, Catherine, do you think a publisher would wish to see you? Oh, to publish your autobiography, perhaps. My, that would be a fascinating reading. Chapter 1. Our noble heroine gets up and does her hair. Chapter 2. Our estimable heroine goes to a dinner party. Chapter 3. Our majestic heroine goes into town to buy a hat.
I don't see Mr. Fredericks and Georgiana at the assembly the other night, Catherine.
No, is Mr. Fredericks there?
You must have been too caught up with Mr. Johnson to notice, and Mr. James, and Mr. Baker.
Well, Mr. Fredericks has paid the most rapt attention to Georgiana. And now why were we in the game?
To Georgiana? But she's so very handsome, very respected.
You're delightfully vain, aren't you, Catherine?
Don't get me wrong,
No, I
Georgiana.
think I understand you quite clearly. I told Mr. Fredericks the other night that he was welcome to come to our home anytime he pleased. He and I run in many of the same circles, thus we are acquainted. Please see him in, Mary.
Like a cricket on the skillet, ma'am.
Let's see if we can crack into the motivations of a man who went to a machine troll.
Oh, nonsense, Georgiana. Oh, I can't remember where we were.
I was winning.
Oh, well, let's have Mr. Fredericks take a hand. We'll start over.
Okay.
No, but I was winning.
Mr. Darryl Fredericks.
Why, hello, old man. Miss Hyde.
Hi, Darryl. How wonderful to see you again. I was wondering when you would take up the invitation. Well, sit down and play cards with us. Come. We've placed a table by the windows in order to take advantage of the warmth of the sun.
Oh, yes, it was so chilly this morning.
Well, what a beautiful view you have. And those gardens. What would me to possess such gardens?
Come, Darryl, play.
Play
Hearts!
My pleasure, certainly, Miss Hyde.
You will, of course, call me Georgiana, won't you? We've known each other long enough. Absolutely detest those regular formalities.
Of course, Georgiana.
I was just talking about you, Darryl. He is quite the accomplished man, you see, Catherine.
Well, all I have to claim is my humble printing company.
Note how modest he is.
We don't only publish books, you know, but journals, periodicals, and newspapers as well. But you are the one who most certainly impressed me, Georgiana. You're a woman of nobility, a woman of gentle feeling.
And my beauty?
That of a Greek goddess.
A Greek goddess. Note that, Catherine. A Greek goddess. Luna, the chaste huntress. No. Athena, the goddess of wisdom.
Aphrodite, the goddess of beauty.
You're a detestable liar.
I beg your pardon.
I'm hardly one of those simple women you're accustomed to luring in. You're as transparent as water.
I don't understand what you mean.
Do you deny that you go from wealthy woman to wealthy woman, treating them as if they were no more than sculptures in a museum?
Really, Georgiana, your manners are enough to repel an elephant.
Catherine.
A game with the animals. My, oh my. Well, do we play that game?
Well, look how she's treated this good gentleman here.
Suddenly, Mr. Fredericks has become as fragile as hummingbird.
Actually, I didn't come to see your sister. I came to see you, Miss Catherine.
And as deceptive as a chameleon.
I was hoping that through my relationship with Georgiana, I would meet the fair Catherine whom I've heard so much about.
He came to see me.
simple woman alive.
Someone ought to take those blades out of your mouth.
Someone ought to take the champagne out of your brain.
Now come, that's pretty reasonable.
Will you just resent the fact that when I'm happily married, you'll be an old spinster forever?
If you go to marry the likes of Dale Fredericks, I doubt she'll ever be happy.
I'm sure Darryl will make a fine husband.
Husband?
I shall not marry because I will not have any man who is not worth having.
Really, Georgiana, how could you be so rude to poor Mr. Fredericks?
Poor? Poor?
Really, ladies?
Men, don't they, prefer flittering bird of a girl? This woman. Well, as men desire such fragile creature, I do not find men worth having.
Well, on behalf of my gender, I'm flattered.
Don't fret, Darryl. I'm not so mean-spirited as I seem. I just like a nice battle. For me, it's a sign of affection. Oh, by the way, I win.
You know, I'm not very good at these games of chance.
What? Romance isn't a game of chance.
Perhaps I should leave you to enjoy yourself.
No, don't feel compelled to leave on account of my sister, Darryl.
Yes, Darryl, I enjoy a good farce.
Come, let me show you the new furnishings in the ballroom. Oh, you must see the gardens
I
outside.
don't think Georgiana would like me to.
But I would like you to.
Well, all right then.
Well, let's all go together. There's a group, you know. What?
Delighted, thrilled, ecstatic.
Behave yourself, Georgiana.
Well, I can't help it if she doesn't know when she's been insulted.
Oh, she knows when she's been insulted. She just doesn't know how she's been insulted.
Thomas, what would I do without you?
Well, with Catherine as your sole company, Darryl Bolton, I suppose.
I we're in the mire with the visitors today, aren't we? Our stuff doesn't talk about Christmas, right, Nancy? Oh, it sounds like they're in the ballroom.
You don't recognize me, do you, Mary?
Should I? What did you say your name was again, sir?
Stephen Lockhart. Yes, a little school brat.
Ah, you've grown taller and filled out quite nicely. Imagine, those were dramatic times in this household, sir.
Yes, you should have heard the kind of things being bandied about when Georgiana and Catherine were allowed to enroll. The first girls ever allowed, do you remember?
Don't tell them I told you this, but they used to come home crying.
Georgiana's? Well,
Ay, the poor dears.
strange, I can't imagine Georgie crying. She always showed such a strong face. She took it bravely.
Oh, she's got plenty of pluck, sir. She may rub some the wrong way, but whatever else can be said about her, she's got plenty of pluck.
Oh, it's a strange being back. Inbridge, this lovely piece of paradise. Graduating from Inbridge school's like being cast out of paradise.
Childhood memories run deep, don't they, sir?
Oh, yes, they do, and I'm glad to see that you are just as smooth a guest as you always were, Mary.
Oh, I can be proper when there's a need, but you're practically family. You'll take a bit of cheek from an old woman when you know the family as well as I do. Then you can drop some of the formalities in the right company. I change their nappies, you know. They can't put on airs with me.
Ah, so you hold the family secrets.
Every family has its history, sir. There's a thorn under every
Why do
rose.
you persist in pursuing my company?
Because Thomas and Catherine can't keep up with my long legs, so I wish to amuse my time with you. How did you say it before? You enjoy a good farce?
Oh, the venom of your mouth would certainly cause the death of anyone, if your lips weren't so small and petite.
If you only knew what I've done with these lips, you'd be jealous.
Hardly. The dim-witted damsels you caught are merely moving, breathing pieces of porcelain with cotton in their heads.
My, you do sprint when you argue, don't you?
Mary, who is this?
Prepare yourselves, ma'am. This is Mr. Stephen Lockhart, ma'am.
Lockhart. Stephen, could it be?
It certainly is, Georgie.
Oh, Stephen! How are you?
Oh my God, you really
One at a time. I didn't pass on, you know.
Oh, well, it's great to see you, old man. You're regular prodigal, you know.
It is Stephen. Well, I didn't even recognize you. You're quite different now.
Well, I'm taller.
You did much more than grow taller.
And you were that little girl who always made fun of her sisters, awkward friends.
I'd hope you'd consider that I'd grown out of that peevish face.
I wouldn't.
I am much more adult now than when you last saw me, am I not? This is Mr. Darryl Fredericks.
Stephen Lockhart, pleasure to meet you, sir.
I'm
mine in a dark time.
Yes, I heard about your father's death. That is part of the reason I thought I would come. My sincere condolence.
Yes, he is Sunshine Georgiana. You are a beacon, Stephen. I just hope that I've become as beautiful as you are handsome.
Catherine, I do believe that is the most blatant thing I've ever heard you say. That's saying quite a bit. Well, you've been married to Stephen, haven't you, Stephen?
Well,
Georgiana, stop being a prude. It's a perfectly appropriate thing to say. Well said, it's Stephen.
Right, I suppose I
Don't
could.
answer that, Stephen. Now, Catherine, Daryl has come to see you, haven't you, Daryl?
Yes,
And Stephen has come to see me. So perhaps you would want to show Daryl around the gardens while I catch up with my dear friend.
No, but I just want
Yes, my dear, for once I agree with your sister.
How many holes do you suppose we must dig to find the silver that Mary's been looking for? Daryl, you can the first
Well, Stephen, you've changed, my friend.
have I?
Well, where is that ungainly, fumbling friend of mine? Where is his tousled hair and freckles? Where's my awkward little rich boy? All I see before me now is a polished, confident gentleman.
And you, Georgie, I'm hearing all sorts of rumors.
Oh, Srot, don't believe a word of it.
Oh, but I do believe it. Georgiana, I knew you would turn into something impressive.
I'm hardly something impressive.
You were always something impressive. I'm sure your father must be very pleased. Oh, what a blow that must have been to you, Georgie.
Well, the ache is beginning to recede. It was unexpected, but for those last few days with him, he wanted us to keep rising higher. Keep rising higher. But the best way to comfort me at this time is not to dwell upon it, especially with you here. Give me a way that I can serve you. Is there anything I can help you with?
Can I be honest?
Oh, hello, honest.
All right, I'll be frank then.
Oh, well, hello, Frank.
Oh, my childhood games, I'd almost forgotten.
I hadn't.
I was just a joy to be with you again, Georgie, but I must admit, I had planned this trip before I heard about your father's death. I need some assistance, and I heard that you would help me.
In what way?
Do you remember my ambitions to be a writer?
Yes, I thought they were foolish notions at the time.
I finished something, Georgie, something decent. Well, much more than decent, I dare say it's rather good. A periodical in drama.
Oh, what is it about?
Honor, terror, oppression, revenge.
Oh, amusing. You must let me read it.
How do I ask you this? I hear that you become very influential. Oh, well, you're not far from London, and people say that you go to the city quite a bit. And people say that you know people, and that people know you. People like publishers.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm sure that I could find someone to take a look at it.
Really?
Publishers. I know quite a few, but which would be most suitable? Well, there is Daryl.
Is he a publisher?
Yes. Well, he says so. But on second thought, I wouldn't suggest him. But of course, our family knows a fine editor named Harold Lowe. He was indifferent of my father's. Oh, if you'd only been here earlier, he came by.
Really?
Stephen, I wonder.
You wonder what?
Well, I think I know how I want to go about this. Yes, why shouldn't we make a fine time of this?
What do you mean?
Stephen, do you dance better than you used to?
What I
I
always thought.
certainly hope so. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Harold's family loves assemblies and balls and parties and the like. If I were to host one here and begged his presence, why, I'm sure he would come.
Oh, Georgiana, that's a wonderful idea. Oh, I knew I could count on your sharp mind. You always did impress me.
Did?
Well, there was no person at school, boy or girl, as intelligent as you, no one as so witty as you.
And you favored that?
Why else would I have spent so much time with you?
Well, I thought that we outcasts just naturally came together.
Well, we are outcasts no longer.
You surprise me, Stephen.
Why so?
Look, I see you so differently now.
How
You
so?
changed.
How so?
Well, you seem to have more... Never mind.
Ah, always a sphinx, aren't you? Never mind. You keep your secrets. I'm sure I'll discover them someday.
I assure you, it will be quite the remarkable man to learn the secrets that I hold.
And you don't think that I'm up to the challenge?
Perhaps you are.
This evening we're going to solve your riddles another day, then, for I'm afraid I must leave you early.
So soon.
Yes, there are some business that I must attend to in the area, but I will be back before the end of the day with manuscript in hand. Then we'll be able to talk like we used to. I'll find Mary to see me out.
Hey, don't bother, she's right behind the door. Aren't you, Mary?
I was just passing by, ma'am.
Mary loves a good bit of gossip. She's got an ear that shapes well for keys.
Innocent as a lamb in the butter, ma'am.
I don't think I quite understand your analogy, Mary.
Oh, sir, there's a kind of wisdom that comes with age that no one else seems to quite understand.
I see. Well, thanks again.
No, the pleasure is mine. I look forward to seeing you tonight.
Goodbye then, dear friend.
She said that the Labrador had more intelligence than I did. She said it much better than that, though. Oh, but Daryl, aren't I so cruelly mistreated?
That regular martyr, my dear.
Oh, and her and Thomas as thick as thieves. And there I am, out in the cold. So I wanted to be like them growing up, to be considered witty and intelligent, but I couldn't keep up, you see. Oh, you know what else she dared say to me, where she blatantly told me that I was... I know, but I just wanted...
Really, you're not.
Well,
Look, exceptionally taken today, Miss Catherine.
truly.
Ma'am, Jeffrey is just stripping the horses. Is there anything else you wish him to do with them?
I know that's quite all right, Mary. Just put them in the stables.
You need me, ma'am. I'll be as accessible as a cat looking for a rat.
So, you think I'm taking, even in this outfit?
Oh, yes, when I saw you on that horse, you looked so, a truly romantic figure.
Oh, you truly think so?
You know I do. I adore you. You are a dear, beautiful woman.
So you say.
I can do much more than say.
What are you doing?
I was trying to kiss
I am not cheap, Mr.
you. Oh,
Fredericks.
it's Mr. Fredericks now.
Yes, and it will continue to be so until you remember that you are with a lady. I'm a woman of high society.
You are made of the same metals I am, Captain. Your marionettes and shadow shows don't fool me. But you put on your puppet face, which is good. We can't have anyone suspecting us now, can we?
I'm in earnest, Mr. Fredericks.
Don't pretend with me. I've seen your concealed looks and unblushing thoughts. I attract you, and it's certainly not because of my virtue, nor yours.
Shall I stop this?
Thank you, Mary.
Mr. Fredericks like to continue to be a burden and join you. As you wish, sir. Anything to please you, sir.
That servant of yours is quite the snip, isn't she?
Oh, Mary, she's harmless.
I'm not so sure. Well, I suppose I will see you in a few days. When I go back again. Good day, Miss Catherine.
Daryl? I'm all torn up. I don't think I want you to go.
Catherine, I consider myself a progressive man. You are the dearest of women to me. You have something which I find exciting, alluring. You're like an exotic spice mixed with the sweetness of some fragrant, almost narcotic like opium. Dear Catherine, I shall love you until the day I die.
Daryl.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, darling Margaret. Oh, but it's most important, sir.
I'm sure it is.
Mary, what is it?
What is it? I can't tell you in front of Mr. Fredericks. It's a very delicate family matter.
Very well. I shall see you soon, Miss Catherine.
Bye, Daryl. There was nothing wrong, was there, Mary?
Miss Catherine, your folks has a pleasant appearance to him, such a red-haired furry fellow. But you don't put a fox with chickens. You don't put it with your best buds, man.
Mary. You don't formulate analogies. Honestly, who put foxes with chickens? I'm not stupid, Mary.
see how to enter a trance.
What do you mean?
I've been calling you for 20 minutes.
You have?
Yes, are you here?
No, quite fine.
What's that you got your nose in?
Nothing. Oh,
No, you do have me in trade.
really, Thomas, it is nothing of consequence.
Oh, right.
What? Oh, give it back!
Why can't be?
At once!
Oh, what a farce, what a delight!
Let's give it back.
A romance. Has the end of the world finally come? Has this one kept you up till late last night, Georgiana?
It is fine literature.
Jane Austen, never heard of her. She's very skillful in the telling of a maudlin story of swooning maidens. Oh, Reginald, I'm all alone in this big golden castle. Save me, Reginald, save me.
Stop being foolish.
Well, I hardly recognize you anymore, Georgiana. The severe spinster has become sentimental.
Thomas, don't be childish. I've read nearly every other book in the house. My options are becoming rather narrow.
Yes, narrow indeed.
Now put it aside. There's something else that I wish to address you about. Thomas.
Now that formal, eh? Well, come. Out with it.
I wish to host a ball again.
Oh, hold on a moment. Did you say a ball?
Yes, a ball.
Well, surely you have been transformed. Catherine,
No,
come here.
Thomas, you traitor, please don't.
Why, you embarrassed?
I'm no such thing.
Oh, no, I should think not. I don't think you've ever been embarrassed your whole life. Oh, completely unruffled. Catherine, come
No,
here.
Thomas, please don't make this into something bigger than it is.
Catherine!
Please, Thomas, really, there's no consequence to anybody. What are you on about?
Well, Georgiana wants to host a ball.
Oh, unbelievable!
Yes, I fear that our dear sister has been kidnapped and replaced with a counterfeit.
Nonsense! I've always enjoyed going to balls and assemblies.
Yes, to play cards or talk your serious talks. Well, what if you know to dance at a dance, Georgiana?
I know how to dance.
It is one thing to know how to dance. It is a completely different thing to be know to dance. Of course, that may be no fault of your own. One has to be asked first.
That's enough of that, Catherine. Tell me, do you dispute the idea of a ball?
Of course not.
Well, great. I think it's high time. I will hire the musicians, send out the invitations, prepare some elegant food, and have a fine time.
I've just been aching for something like this. Father's death has been such a foggy darkness.
Yes, you must pay no disrespect to father.
No. I agree with Catherine for once. Our mourning is over. It's high time.
Yes, father would not want us to grieve forever. We shall make this the grandest ball this area has ever seen, then. And we will need to get you new dress, Georgiana.
I have dresses.
Yes, they all look like a mortician's wife. Well, that new dress I saw you in the other day, Catherine, where did you get it?
Oh, it is a bit embarrassing. It was a little dingy shop run by two young women. But the dress was so well made that I decided to buy it anyway.
Well, this was the most beautiful dress I've ever seen you wear. We shall ask the dressmakers to come over to measure you, Georgiana. They should do splendidly.
Thomas, really?
No arguments, Georgiana. The matter is decided, and you have no say in it. Mary?
Yes, ma'am.
Catherine has some directions to a dress shop for you.
Oh, the one in Dover Lane.
Yes. Well, if you could ask the dressmakers to come by after with some of their designs, I shall make it worth their while. Give them directions how to get here.
I'll be there in back again, faster than a hound after a fox.
And I shall pay for it. I will not be begging. Anyway, I do have some sense. I was planning on purchasing a new dress. I just didn't want to make a big scene of it.
Yeah, this will be a treat to see him play the part of a stylish creature,
I
Georgiana.
don't think that this will be a regular thing with me.
Oh, a treat nonetheless. Oh, all the planning, the invitations, the food, the musicians, the guest list. Oh, the guest list. Oh, the guest list! Ah, the guest list!
So, is it Stephen?
What?
Well, Stephen, I'm not blind, Georgiana. The ball, the romance novel. You acted peculiarly, and there's only one thing I know that causes that kind of peculiarity.
Don't be upset.
It's not
But
absurd.
it's an embarrassing accusation.
It's not a crime to be in love.
I'm not!
Well, look at your behavior.
Don't you remember that I'm the one who was never to marry?
the other day, and the next, and the next.
Yes, what is your point?
What was that he brought with him?
His manuscript. He wanted to show me some parts of it.
Oh, I see.
Really, Thomas, it is not what it looks like.
You finally penetrated that armored heart.
How can you?
Oh, look at me.
What?
Look at me.
Treat me like a child.
Dear Georgiana, look at me. I knew it! You are gone!
Gone. Gone where?
Now, dear Georgiana, be frank with your brother for once. Gone!
Thomas, stop being foolish, please! Oh, how can I say this in a way that you'll understand?
Well, it's not surgery, my dear.
Thomas!
Anyone can be wounded by Cupid's arrow, even you.
Thomas, please! What now? Thomas, what is it? What are you doing?
We're looking for the arrow, of course.
No, Thomas, please! Please be serious. Thomas, truly serious, please. This is
His wife.
it's difficult.
Right. Go on.
I must ask you something.
Something personal.
Yes, something personal.
Go on.
How can I make myself more attractive to a man?